1 month post-op, and if you want to know what that was like for me, just stay tuned. Hello everyone, I am officially 1 month pre-op. Yep, it's exciting. You go through all these classes and it just feels like you're never gonna get there, you're never gonna make it. And those first 2 weeks right after surgery, they're hard. And sometimes you're just like lying down, resting on the couch, and you think, I got this, piece of cake. And then an hour later, you're like, oh God, I feel miserable. I'm so tired. And every surgeon's plan is different, but mine made me do 2 weeks of fluids post-op plus 1 week of fluids pre-op. So that was 3 weeks of only water and protein shakes and a little bit of broth. So when I thought I was feeling weak, I was actually really weak. So I have that going on for me my first 2 weeks. The minute I got to move into pureed foods, and I posted some of those recipes on my blog that I did, being dairy free, I did a lot of tofu, beans, things like that, because I don't eat red meat. Once I started getting pureed foods, and then when I moved to soft foods, boy, oh boy, this was just everything for me. I suddenly had more energy. I was ready to go exercise and do more than just walking. And yeah, so I'm 1 month out and I'm still on soft foods. I have 2 weeks of that, and then I can move on to solid foods, but I might actually do 3 weeks of soft foods just because I'm still getting very, very full very, very quickly, which makes it a little bit more difficult to hit my protein levels. So you're supposed to hit 60 grams of protein and 64 ounces of water every day. The water is fine. I drink a little different hydration, not tablets, that's what I wanted to say. Little hydration tablets in my water. I like the Noon variety. You can get them at any Sprouts, Target, Whole Foods, different flavors, but they give me a little extra energy on top of keeping me well hydrated. So if you're having a problem getting your water intake, flavor it. It's very, very simple. Use whatever you want to, just make sure the sugar content is low or sugar-free. Crystal Light makes sugar-free everything, so you can find a way to do this. So just backstepping for a moment, I mentioned I was dairy-free. I was vegan for 10 years, maybe a little longer, vegetarian longer than that. And out of all the animal proteins that are out there, fish just made me feel the least guilty. I know, that's not a good answer, but it took me about a year to be able to stomach it. When you don't have animal enzymes in your body for a very long time, your body tends to treat it like food poisoning. And this year, because I knew I was going to be going through VSG, I added in eggs. So that way I was able to really better hit my protein counts. Now, people who don't have weird diets are probably going to make their protein counts much easier than me. I have to have a protein shake every day. I don't like to do pre-made shakes if I don't have to, so I make my own. I use Orgain vanilla bean powder. It's totally clean, you guys. I love it. It's vegan friendly, gluten free, kosher friendly, clean, and organic, so it's right up my alley. 2 scoops is 20 grams of protein. Then I throw in some almond butter. I alternate between actual almond butter and almond butter powder. So the powder is by far less calorie dense, but it makes your shake a little bit thicker, whereas my organic almond butter that I just use the Hy-Vee 365 brand. That works out better for me. It tastes better, and I've done it in vanilla, I've done it in chocolate. It's just yummier, but it's a lot of fat, so I kind of alternate which one I do. And then sometimes I'll throw in a handful of frozen strawberries or peaches or whatever, just for a slight bit of natural sweetness. Again, I try to do everything as organic or clean as possible, so I got that going for me. But 1 month out is it's flown by. It went by so much faster than I thought it would. And all I can say is that if you're getting ready to go into this journey, or you just started it, or you just had surgery, just follow your doctor's instructions. Stick to the letter of it. Don't think, oh, I'm on pureed so I can just have mashed potatoes all day. There's nothing wrong with potatoes. They're a great nutritional carb for you. But the priority in the beginning is definitely protein. Protein, protein, protein. To the point where you're like, God, I just miss vegetables. So I started blending vegetables into my protein. But I just can't believe, like, I'm 1 month in and 27 pounds down. And I will say, every blogger, YouTuber, Instagram influencer out there in the bariatric world who tells you to take photos is absolutely 100% correct, because I didn't feel like I was seeing that difference in my body. And when I looked in the mirror, I thought, oh, I look a little thinner in my face, you know. But when I put the pictures up next to each other, you could see. And I will recommend saving the outfit that you took your pre-op photo in, or your before surgery photo, whenever you choose to take it, and using that in your comparison photos every month for the first year. It's just amazing to see how those clothes fit differently, how they feel. It's amazing to even, like, through your classes, I didn't do this and I wish I had. I wish I had wrote down how I was feeling each week physically. I remember it, but I wish I had written it down, and I'm doing that now, post-surgery, but I have more energy, my skin is clearer. I had like kind of like a dry skin eczema type issue on my arms and on my legs, and that's going away. My hair is falling out. It's very, very lovely. I tried to brush it and blend it as best as I could for this video, but I'm gonna have to cut it. I have long hair, and it has gotten so scraggly. And I have taken biotin for years, so if you've never taken biotin and your system's not used to it, it'll probably give you a better boost. I live in Colorado. It's super dry here, combined with the altitude. When I first moved here, my hair was like falling out, my skin was brittle, my nails were dry and breaking, so I started taking that many, many years ago and fixed all my problems. And it's just hair. It will grow back. So that's a tough thing to deal with, though, especially if you've never had surgery before, never dealt with any massive change in your life like this. I wake up in the morning and there's like a little wig on my pillow, and it's like everywhere, a sea of hair. So I'm actually gonna cut it short, hoping that'll help some of it from getting caught and falling out. But I'm wearing a lot of ponytails and buns in the meantime because it does not look good. It doesn't. But it'll grow back. I have some notes here too of different things. I miss my wine. I do. I really thought I could do this. I could give up wine and beer for a year or longer, or I wouldn't miss it. And just suddenly, this week after post week 4, I just had major FOMO because it's been about 6-7 weeks since I've had a glass of wine, and I'm a huge wine lover. I got married in Champagne, France. That says it all. And this week, I just had FOMO. And I didn't go out and get like a non-alcoholic wine because it's so full of sugar, but I really wanted like a placebo type of effect. So that's not fun to deal with. Don't cave, don't give in. Your stomach's not healed. And even at 12 weeks, it's kind of risky. So find a way to deal with whatever it is you're craving that you're missing. I just hopped on my cross trainer, tried to work it out. Can't say it really worked. I was kind of bitter on Friday, but you know, it is what it is. I signed up for this, and the perks outweigh the disappointments. So, not that I'm a wino or anything, but I'm totally a wino. Any suggestions, just comment below. So, my next tip, definitely take notes. Every week, if you're not a diary person or journaler or anything like that, just once a week, write down how that week went for you. You have to track your food. Your doctors really request that you do, your nutritionist requests that you do. If they don't, do it anyway. But write down how you feel. How much energy did you have? What was your mental state like? Because I found there was a point about 4 or 5 days out from surgery where I was walking around my living room, because that's about all I could do, and I thought, what did I do to myself? what did I do? I'm never going to be able to have a big bowl of pasta again. And it was like the craziest thought that went through my head, but I just had a little mini panic attack. And then I realized, oh yeah, I chose this path because, and I listed the reasons in my head over and over again on why I did this. But just write down every week how you feel. It will change your mental game for sure, because half of this is a mental game. It's not just physical. Yes, they cut out 80% of your stomach, but if your mind isn't in the game, it's not gonna work. You're gonna go back to your old habits. And I'm real hard on myself when it comes to some of those old habits, and I see people on like Instagram, for example, and they're like, I ate ice cream this week and potatoes, and I ate french fries, and I just binged on Chipotle and forgot I had surgery, and why isn't the scale going down? I'm like, it takes more than like just cutting out your stomach. This is work. This is not the easy way out. And if you don't maintain the diet, get your protein, get your exercise, and get your water. I can't say it enough. It's just not gonna work. And so that's why I'm so hard on myself. I want it to work. I had health issues combined with going into this, so this surgery is really combating several of those health issues. It's also combating my anxiety. And I notice on days when I don't focus on the steps you have to take in this process are the days my anxiety starts kind of going off. So for instance, a couple days ago, I was a little behind in water. I had been on conference calls all day, and I just hadn't thought about my glass of water that was sitting there. And a couple hours later, I was like, God, my anxiety is just like rolling. I was behind my water. It actually helps. Drinking water is actually a stress reliever. Fact. So I don't remember why I went off on this tangent, but be as hard on yourself as you need to, but also realize you made a major commitment. It's going to take time to get used to it, but write it down. Really document your progress week by week, step by step on how you're feeling, and be honest. Be honest with yourself. If you have a significant other in the house that helps take care of you or keep you on track, be honest with them. Be honest with your doctors. That's all I can say. One of the other surprising facts that happened to me week 4 is all of a sudden I just got super nauseous anytime I had to take a pill. And some of these pills I've been taking for years. You know, I just mentioned I have anxiety. I do take a serotonin pill for it. And all of a sudden, it's the teeniest little pill, and it was making me so nauseous. My multivitamin was making me nauseous. The calcium pill that they gave me was a horse pill, so I'm working on getting a different one altogether. But no matter what it was, I was getting super, super nauseous. And when I went to my online support group, they said, you know, take crackers with it. Well, I'm 4 weeks out, can't have crackers. But, so I started drinking with soup, but in the meantime, I did go ahead and buy some gummy versions of like fiber, biotin, my multivitamin, just until my stomach gets past this part where it seems to think these pills are now just too foreign to go into my body. So you might have that happen to you. It's not abnormal, is what I've learned. A lot of people have it much earlier than 4 weeks, but you're not really truly healed, and your body's not really back in business until about 12 weeks, 3 months. So just kind of remember that. And what I do when I get nauseous is I kind of just get up and walk. Because the other option is if you lay down, your body's going to want to throw up. And you will at some point throw up in your recovery. Just because you might drink one drink too many or eat too fast or push yourself a little too far just to get that extra bite of protein. So there's no place for it to go in your stomach, so it just is what it is. I hate to break it to you. Is that gross? Sorry. My bad. Let's see. What else? What other things help me 1 month out? Making a routine. I'm not a morning person. I don't want to get up and work out in the morning, but I found if I do my extra cardio in the morning, even if it's just 30 minutes on the trainer, it's much better for me than if I do it at night, because then I get amped up, I get hyper, and then I can't sleep. And like I said, sorry, I have this like little itch. If I do that and I make that routine and stick to it, I do better throughout the week. And then I already did my exercise for the day. Everything else is just icing on the cake. And my doctor said, at 2 weeks, I could jog, I could walk, and I could ride a bike, but do nothing to engage my core. I was still feeling a little feeble around 2 weeks, so we just walked around my little townhouse complex here. Now we take a couple walks a day, plus I do my cardio, so that works out. And then I'm 4 weeks out now. I can't really hardcore workout, do weightlifting or any sort of core engaging exercise until 6 weeks. So I'm ready. I have my Pilates and my bar workouts ready. I have my resistance balls. I got a yoga mat and just a collapsible trifold mat that is thick enough that when I'm in the basement working out, it's technically our third bedroom. It's / our whiskey room because my husband collects, my husband's office because when Corona happened, I had to move his little office downstairs in order to be sane. And now it's kind of a gym / catch-all kind of dump room. It's in our basement. Nobody sees it ever. But the floor's really hard, so I got one of those mats so I could start doing ab workouts and things like that because I'm going hardcore at 6 weeks. Come Christmas, my goal is to just be so much healthier and so much more physically fit. So I have my surgery July 7th, so that gives me about 6 months or so. Some other things. My creativity flows when I have anxiety. Am I the only person that's like that? I write books, by the way. Hi, my name's Liz. And when my anxiety flows, one of my outlets, especially at night, is to write. So I'm working my 6th book. My podcast is up and going. Some of my online support group friends have just gone through their surgery, so pretty soon I'm going to have them kind of come on and guest as well. I have a blog going right now where I have some guest entries introducing other VSG or bariatric warriors who have gone through their process as well at Liz Route Official. But all I can say is 1 month in has been a wild ride, and except for that one moment where I had my freak out, I don't regret it, you guys. Surgery changes your life, whether it's RNY, VSG, whatever it is. If you're willing to make the changes that go along with it, this surgery is for you. Kicking bad habits is hard. I would recommend trying to do it as soon as you start the classes. I had to do 6 months, some other people have to do 3 months. But definitely start building good habits. That I can say. I also, I just said start building good habits, but I did have like a goodbye to food and wine weekend before I went through this process, and I recommend that too because, I miss wine now, but I'm grateful that I kind of went a little nuts one weekend right before as like a see you later, see you in a year. As far as the wine goes, the fried food, probably never again. Unless it's a falafel. Is that bad? That's probably bad. I just love a good falafel. But you guys, let me know your journey. Let me know what your ride looks like. Drop some comments below. You can find me on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube, Liz Route Official. You can go to my website. I have some super cute merch up right now for fall season. I love anything to do with magic and witches in fall and October. So I have a lot of like witch themed shirts up right now. And if you use my promo code LIZ10, LIZ10, you'll get 10% off your entire cart. But other than that, I've linked some goodies below. Check them out. All my links are there. Everything I have to give, I give to you all. And let's talk soon, shall we?